because it is a specific species which has very unique attributes and features. So those two products we are launching into the African Textile Museum today are going to be foreign exchange earners for the country. They are going to create jobs, thousands and thousands of jobs, and make sure that Uganda is known, because as you've heard today here, the Rubugo Obaka Kruthana Nkole Honkao is a patent for Uganda.
That's right.
That means no one will own it. So we shall be proud. It will make our countries proud. Our Boeing that will be coming to the United States will be able to carry something into the big, wonderful American market.
That's right.
Fellow Ugandans, today we've launched this Ankole Honkao here and the Baka cloth as two products tailored for Uganda as raw materials to come and be used into the fashion and design industry of the American population.
Man, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I pray that this message goes back home.
Thank you.
And you go and tell the president and everybody
Mr.
right
President,
there.
thank you. Thank you. Ambassador Katende, thank you.
Yes.
We are going to change Uganda. We are going to transform Uganda.
We're going to change Uganda. We're going to transform Uganda. And that's the message right here as we celebrate a new trail, a new roadmap to the backroads roads. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Today with me is a man with a big heart, a man that is after every other black for people of color to go an extra mile. You know, the negativity that we hear about people of color, that, you know, they can't do nothing, they're always doing drugs. This man has got a big heart, and he, out of his own, has created this facility that is accommodating this wonderful museum where Uganda has launched this backcloth and the route starting today. How are you doing, Mr. Allen?
I'm doing wonderful. It's so pleased to have the delegation and the ambassador and the entire group, as well as the secretary for the president of Uganda here with us today.
Yes.
Yeah, we're delighted and excited about all of this.
Now, how did this whole thing come to you? How did you actually think about getting all people of color coming together and we become positive in one building?
Well, there are many ways to look at this, but you know, what has inspired me was when we became, almost 8 years ago, a part of the Mandela Young African Leader Initiative known as YALI.
Yeah.
And you know, we as Americans in general, and particularly African Americans, are so uneducated about the continent of Africa. We only see what, we only know in many cases what we see on television. And you know, when the media controls things, especially if it's non-African or non-African American media, they show the basic rudiment of Africa. But when these young Yali fellas, which are not students, but they're the smartest and the brightest, and we've had some of them from Uganda, by the way.
Okay.
When they've come to the United States to study entrepreneurism and government relations and what have you, I've gotten to know and appreciate so much of the culture of Africa. So when the opportunity came to create the African Textile Museum, it was a no-brainer. We as African Americans need to trace our history back to the motherland and understand there is a connection. And it helps us understand who we are as a people, even though we were stolen and taken from the motherland.
I like that.
We have roots there. We need to know our greatness. And so this museum, which talks about the cloth from Uganda, the cloth from Nigeria, the cloth from Mali, the cloth from so many other countries, it gives us a sense of history of who we are. So I'm delighted to have worked with Aniva Hilson to create this museum.
Now we have the backcloth that is so dear to Uganda already in here. We have the Ankole horns. Now, I must tell you, my president is so passionate about cows.
Really?
Oh yeah. And that, he has a farm of cows with long horns. So you should come and visit him and see. That's his pride, you know, and he goes out to the field and takes care of his cows, you know, as a president.
Wow.
So those are coming from his region, actually. and you
Really?
have them here. What do you think? What do you have in mind about these for Uganda for you here?
You mean the horn?
Yeah, I mean the whole, the horns, the backcloth. What is the future that Uganda holds here about whatever that is happening here?
Well, I'm really going to have to educate myself more. So one of the first things we have to do is educate our people. And this, African American New Black Wall Street, as you can see, 99% of the people who come here are African American. So the first thing we need to do with those horns, and it was so informative when your ambassador was talking about them, is to educate people. I looked at them and said, wow, they
so
almost
huge.
look like elephant, elephant ivy or whatever. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Those are cow horns?
They are.
See, that's something for me to learn, and I've created the African, Textile Museum, and so the first thing we need to do, and then we'll explore what other things we can possibly do. I'm sure those can be made into so many different decorative items for our homes to remind us of the motherland. So we'll work it out.
Man, thank you.
First thing is to build this relationship.
Build a relationship. Man, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for accommodating us, and I know for sure that Uganda is all highs to know that we have a place right here in Atlanta.
Absolutely.
Thank you. And you look so wonderful, man. This is back cloth right there.
I tell you, this was a present from the delegation.
Okay.
Bar cloth.
Okay.
I took off my regular tie and put on the bar cloth.
I have a back cloth that is black.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
This has been remade. This is the original color. You can have that in black. You can have it in green. You can have that in
you can
yellow.
dye it any other color you want.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Well, thank you guys for traveling all the way here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Make sure that people all over your region of Africa are familiar with what we're doing here. And when they come to the United States, they must come to Atlanta. And of course, if you come to Atlanta, you have to come to the new Black Wall Street.
Man, thank you.
All right.
We feel home already.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
All right. Beautiful words that coming in from the man himself, the man with the big heart who has accommodated this wonderful museum, and of course Uganda being part of it. We're making history. The backcloth is here and the longhorns. What more? A lot is yet to come. Thank you.
When she was crafting these two pieces that are presented to you here, she focused on what the coat of arms represents. There's the sun, there's the drum, there's the crested crane, there's the cob, there's the rivers, there's the green. Stay with me. So, do you see the pattern of the sun in the outfits? Do you see the crested crane's top in the hat of the lady? Do you see the shield in the man's attire? Do you see the sun continuing to shine behind both mannequins? There is deep meaning. This particular installation was fashioned from the traditional garments that the ambassador talked about so brilliantly. They were both fashioned from those traditional outfits, representing the past, interpreting that to the present and the potential future. So I really felt like I needed to bring that home to you so that when people come to look at the installation, they know what's going on. But these pieces are not the only things here. There are cushions, there are rugs here, there are all sorts of bookmarks and everything here. So please take the time to come around, read. There's also how the backcloth is made, how it's harnessed to the point where it's dried and everything. Read about it. It's one of the most interesting fabrics. Thank you for listening.
The beautiful story of the backcloth cannot go on in Atlanta if it's not because of the Queen. The Queen is here with me, and she has brought it home. How you doing, my dear?
How you doing?
You look beautiful. Look at you. Look at you.
Brother.
Look at the backcloth. Look. Stunning. This is beautiful.
I don't go anywhere without my backcloth. I wear it close to my heart because I love it.
I like that. Tell me, how does this story start?
Well, it started many, many years ago with me as the international fashion designer, only using African textiles. Everything I've ever done has been using only indigenous African textiles. So all of these works that you see here are works that I've worked on for years and years and years. And now here we are coming together with the Uganda delegation joining the African Textile Museum with backcloth.
This is a new era, a new start of something else.
Yes. I'm so thrilled. I'm so happy to have my family here with me. I have only just begun. We want to promote backcloth in a way it's never been promoted before. We want to use it for fashion. We want to use it for accessories, for homeware, for film and music industry. They need to know about backcloth, and our job is to make sure they know about it.
Where do you see this whole thing in the next 5-10 years?
Well, I think that Africa will reclaim its throne as the #1 textile creators of all time. We are the first makers of wearable art, the first to ever have a fashion to give to the world, to ever have textiles to share with the world. We created all the sciences, hand woven, beading, dyeing, and embroidery. So this is a natural progression into the future, and we are riding on Africa's wings.
Man, this girl is hot, and I can't take it no more. I feel so much in love, but you've just gotten out started, and we want to thank you for the love, man. Since I came here with the team, we have been just falling in love. Thank you so much,
Sam. We love you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And
give someone,
you, Uganda.
Give someone a snap. Like if they want to follow you, they go where?
If you want to follow us, go to African Textile Museum on Facebook, on IG, on TikTok, and our African AfricanTextileMuseum.org is our website. And you can always tune in. Send us an email at AfricanTextileMuseum@gmail.com. AfricanTextileMuseum@gmail.com. If you are a country and you are seeing this right now, we want you to be the next African nation to be installed here at the African Textile Museum. It's not going to work unless we work it all together for the greatest and highest good. So I invite you, Mother Africa, all of my brothers and sisters, to come join us here at the African Textile Museum. Let's make this something that the world will remember.
As backcloth through the roots, and of course we're here as Uganda has made a meaningful pitch right here in Atlanta. We're launching backcloth and the cow horns and having a moment with the first black mayor
of Macon, Georgia.
Nice to meet you, sir.
But more importantly, I'm the Honorary Consul General for Uganda. Represent Uganda here in the state of Georgia.
That is wonderful.
Which is an honor.
That is an honor.
Yeah.
Tell me about how you feel about today.
I feel so proud of Uganda and Ugandans, what has happened here today, how Uganda has been recognized for its culture, how it's been recognized for its creativity, how its artists have been recognized here today to present this backcloth to the world, which so many people know very little, if anything, about. Although it's been around for 700 years, I have discovered here today. So it's been a great whole week for Uganda. Uganda has been represented have met with the airport officials here, met with Delta Airline officials, met with the city of Atlanta for the purpose for Ugandan Airlines will be able to fly direct from Entebbe here. So it's been a great week, and this is what you call the cherry on top, if you will.
Now, I must say that when I read through your history, you've been around and involved in Uganda's business and stuff like that. And you're involved in the Coca-Cola.
No, I'm involved in tourism.
Tourism
on the island of Kalangala.
Okay.
Which is the Kalanga District, Bugala Island.
Yes.
I'm a bit owner of a resort there that my good friend of mine, we started working on this in 2006, and it's a very good place for people to go and relax and have fun on the island.
All right.
Yeah.
How has it been for you as a business investor in Uganda?
It has been nothing but fantastic. Of course, COVID has taken everyone down a notch, if you will, tourism, but it's coming back. I was there just recently. I returned last month. I was there during the festive season. We were fully booked most of the during the festive season. So we invite people to go to the island, take the ferries now, and go over there and enjoy the beautiful beaches, fresh fish.
Man, I was about to say that, man. No wonder your skin looks glowing, man. You eat some jackfruit.
That's right.
That's good.
And when Ugandan Airlines start flying directly from Entebbe to Atlanta, we'll have the belly full of what? Jackfruit will be in the ground.
Yes, sir. And I'm so happy about the way this whole thing is going. Where do you see this now? We have a new Black Wall Street right here in Atlanta. Black folks getting encouraged to get into business. There's been a lot of negativity about black folk. You know, they do crime.
Yeah.
There's nothing that is positive that is talked about them.
Yeah.
You were in politics. You were in leadership. You know exactly what I'm talking about. What do you see as a result of this fruit?
Well, number one, we can learn a lot from Uganda in terms of entrepreneurship. I've never seen such entrepreneur people than I've met in Uganda. Everyone own a business or trying to own a business.
Yes.
Maybe it's out of necessity. They don't have a job, so you create a job. Yes, we have been, if you will, lacking in our entrepreneurship, given our history from the African continent. They took our identity, took our names, took our language, and put us enslaved for over 400 years. So coming out of that, now we have had to climb this mountain. But here and where this city is located, where this museum is located, happen to be one of the most prosperous African American communities in America.
Yeah.
More millionaires, more black millionaires in this area. So it's only fitting that Black Wall Street will be recreated. As you know, it was in Tulsa, Oklahoma before. And in 1919, they burned it down because black people were doing so well there. And the Ku Klux Klan and all the other haters of black people burnt the thing to the ground. So it's being resurrected now, not in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but right here in Atlanta, Georgia, the home of Dr. Martin Luther King and all the other civil rights leaders. So it's only fitting that we're here, and I'm so proud that Uganda is the first country. First country to be featured in this museum.
Yes, sir.
That's a big feather in Uganda's cap.
Well, we're taking off the back cloth and we're owning it because it started right in Uganda, and now we have the cow horns, you know, and that's our president's pride.
I know it. He has a lot of cows. I tell you that. I've been, I've traveled throughout Uganda and Mbarara and all the other places where, it says the land of milk and honey, and you see all the cows there. So, so many opportunities for trade and investment can come out of activities like this.
Yeah.
People have been exposed to Uganda that's never been exposed, and when that airline starts flying from Entebbe to Atlanta, then of course we're going to open up the world, because as I like to say, Uganda perhaps is landlocked, but we are now air connected.
That's right.
So we'll be able
right.
to go. When you get to Uganda, you can go anywhere in Africa on Uganda Airlines. So that's quite an accomplishment, and I'm so proud to represent this great country here in the state of Georgia.
Thank you so much. Once again, what's your name and your titles for the sake of the people that are watching us right now?
I'm C. Jack Ellis, the Honorary Consul for Uganda and the former mayor of Macon, Georgia, which is and I'm proud to say that I was the first and only African-American mayor in a way, but I'm sad to say that I'm the only one, and I'm sad to say that it took 200 years for us to have the first one, but hopefully I won't be the last. I was the first one.
You won.
Yeah.
Now, close out with a story about your jacket.
Well, this jacket, as we all know, the kente cloth its origin is in Ghana, but
the fabric.
But I didn't get this jacket in Ghana.
Okay.
I bought this jacket, a designer I know in Kampala by the name of Josie.
Okay.
Her design is in Kampala. Her shop is in Kampala on Bokoto Street near Kasha Mall.
Okay.
And she made not only this jacket, but the shirt that I'm wearing. Africa. So everything I have on, made in Uganda.
Whenever there's a project that has to go on, there must be people that get the button and they run the rest. It's not easy always to get there, but it's always worthy. And Margaret is one of those people that is so passionate about exposing Uganda, about giving Uganda the best. She sits in Washington, D.C., but her love and passion is to make the whole world know the beauty that there is in Uganda. Margaret, it's an honor to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
How are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
First of all, you look very, very smart.
Thank you very much.
Today we are launching the backcloth and the longhorns.
Yes.
How does it feel for you?
For me, this is like a dream come true. It's like knowing in your life that you have this deep, beautiful secret that nobody knows about, and finally you get the opportunity
Yes.
to share it with everybody. What we have known and taken for granted about backcloth, about ankole cowhorn for years. For instance, tonight, nobody else outside of ourselves knew anything about it.
Yes.
And for me, that is really what it is that makes us uniquely different. We recently launched Uganda, the Pearl of Africa.
Yes.
Uniquely ours.
Yes.
For me, the backcloth and the ankole cowhorn are uniquely ours.
Uganda at 60 this year, and we come out as a bang, as the #1 country that has come out to support its own. And I feel like the whole world has opened up for Uganda. What does it mean for the person who is at home in Uganda?
This is what it means for the person who is at home in Uganda. There is value in your culture. We can take something that we have taken for granted for so long.
Yes.
Something like Olubugo, something like Okomaga. That is something that people don't really think about it a lot. But those are things of value outside of Uganda, and they're representative of our heritage, and our heritage is valuable. For somebody that does this unique production process, they need to understand that it has been exposed to the world, which is now starting to demand for it.
Come on.
The world will not demand for something that has no value. In the African American community of Atlanta, Atlanta is considered the mecca of culture in the United States. For us to bring it to the people of Atlanta, it's like bringing it home. It's like your father or your mother coming home at Christmas and opening a present to you.
Yes.
And that is the significance that it has, because all of a sudden, you will find that people will start to demand for more of it, but not in an abstract kind of way, but in a way that they appreciate the hard work that it has taken to learn how to make it, to pass on that production process from generation to generation for 700 years. It is at that point that people understand why they pay a certain amount of money for this item. So for me, I see that the life of the Bakomas down in Bukoma and Sindi, it will begin to change.
Change. Once they realize this market is there.
Yes.
But now today, there's something that has really, really shocked me, because people have started ordering.
Yes. Right here when we were
right
eating,
here,
people were
they have
just coming and
started
saying, where can I
ordering.
place
want
my
a bow
order?
tie.
Yes.
One of my a bow tie,
Like
and
yours.
someone had to strip him naked. You know, and I'm like, okay, now what if this demand is that high?
Yes.
Do we have the supply?
This is the issue, and the reason why we have, for us, this is more than just promoting, it is education. We're not just promoting the bark cloth. We are promoting the planting, the preservation of the mutuba tree.
Come on now.
As something of value.
Mm-hmm.
We would like that for every person that says, I need a meter of mutuba, they consider in their minds planting 10 seedlings. Because much as the mutuba tree is a renewable resource, its bark renews for 60 years. If the demand is too high, then we have diminishing returns.
Yes.
And we have to be able to protect. So this is not just about promoting, it's also about protecting.
Thank you, Margaret. Thank you. You know, I took Margaret off the shelf because she's one person that doesn't want to see and do camera work. But thank you so very much. I think whatever that you said was so resourceful to everybody that is watching us right now. And UBC getting involved, it was because you pressed a button somewhere and we broadcast this to all our children back home and everybody could see what you are doing. Once again, as you close out, please remind people what you do and your full name.
Thank you. My name is Margaret Awino Kafero. I'm Minister Councillor in charge of public diplomacy, which includes cultural diplomacy, people-to-people diplomacy, and bridging the gap.
Yes.
Thank you, UBC, for